Welcome to the Orange Twist, your 10-minute shot of insight to shake up your thinking on leadership, culture, and change. Hosted by Giovanna D'Alessio, Master Certified Coach. Episode 13, The Consent Shift, Decision-Making for Grown-Up Teams. Here's something that we don't talk about enough. Most teams are still making decisions like it's 1950. Top-down, majority wins, or worse, endless consensus rounds where nothing moves until everyone agrees. Traditional decision-making is riddled with unspoken dynamics. Decisions are often made in hallways, not meeting rooms. Power games replace clarity. And when someone disagrees, they may stay quiet but walk away disengaged. Or worse, they sabotage the decision later, consciously or not. Fine in the room becomes resistance in the field. In other cases, a good idea gets blocked because someone simply doesn't like it, or has a better idea, or wishes it had been theirs. And so we delay, dilute, or avoid deciding at all. We trade depth for diplomacy and clarity for comfort. The result? Decisions that are vague, slow, or never implemented with full commitment. But there's another way, and it starts with a subtle shift in how we define alignment. Consent decision-making is a practice that invites maturity, clarity, and inclusion without the paralysis of consensus or the hierarchy of command. The principle is simple. A decision moves forward when there are no reasoned, substantial objections. Not when everyone agrees, not when everyone loves it, but when it's safe enough to try and we can revisit later. Consent doesn't ask, do you love this? It asks, can you live with this? Is this proposal good enough for now and safe enough to test? This approach does two radical things. First, it invites objections as a source of wisdom. And second, it builds real commitment, not fake alignment. Let's break it down. In a typical consent process, a proposal flows through several clear stages or rounds. And here's something essential. In every process, the group appoints a coach. The coach facilitates the process. They don't take sides. They hold space. Their role is to guide the rounds, help the group discern whether an objection is truly paramount, and support the integration of objections into the proposal when necessary. So let's walk through the steps or rounds. Round 1, presentation. The proposer shares an idea and the purpose behind it. It's not a debate, it's an offering. Round 2, clarification. So team members ask clarifying questions. Not opinions, not judgments. The goal is very simple, to understand the proposal fully. So clear before clever. Round 3, reactions. Everyone shares their initial reactions. What's landing well, what's not, what's missing. There's no dialogue yet, just listening to the pearls of the room. Round 4 is proposer response. The proposer decides whether to amend their proposal based on what they've heard. They might tweak something, add a safeguard, or keep it as is. Round 5, objections. This is the heart of the process. The coach asks, do you have a paramount objection? Objections must meet a high bar. They must reveal a risk to the organization's purpose or values or functioning, not just personal discomfort or difference in taste. You don't need to like the proposal. You just need to see no reason to block it. Round 6, integration. If a valid objection is raised, that the coach helps the group, and especially the objector and the proposer, to integrate it into a revised proposal. And this isn't about compromise, it's about wisdom in action. Finally, a second objection round. The coach asks again, do you have any new objections to the amended proposal? If not, the group adopts it. And if there are, the cycle repeats. So let's make it real. In a flat consultancy I work with, a team needed to decide whether to take on a major new client. The project was lucrative, but misaligned with their values. During the presentation, the commercial lead laid out the case: big revenue, strategic exposure, and fast growth. In the clarification round, people asked about timelines, ethical concerns, and past client behavior. No opinions, just data. In the reaction round, some were excited, others were uneasy. One person said, "This feels like a detour from who we are." Another said, "It could help us fund our purpose-driven work." In the proposal response, the lead made some changes: a shorter contract, value-based deliverables, and a clause for early exit. Then came the objection round. One person said, "This contract will drain our energy. It's technically aligned, but not energetically aligned. It puts our focus at risk." So at that point, the coach stepped in. The team listened. They assessed. Was this preference or was it paramount? So together, they agreed that it was valid. They moved to integration. The proposal was amended. Smaller scope, longer lead time, and clearer boundaries. The client accepted, the team aligned. And what emerged wasn't just a better decision, it was a wiser team. Consent isn't just about deciding, it's about how we decide and who we become through it. Consent teaches us to listen beyond preference and into purpose, to raise objections, not to slow things down, but to serve something larger, and to trust that a group, when guided well, can hold complexity and move through it. It also brings clarity. Is this discomfort or danger? Is this disagreement or derailment? And most importantly, it honors the wisdom of the edge, the voice that sees what others don't, the one who dares to say, something off. And instead of being shut down, that voice becomes a catalyst for learning. Here's a reflection. Think of a recent decision that your team made. Were objections welcomed or avoided? Did the clearest purpose lead the way, or the strongest personality? Did the room leave committed or just compliant? Consent decision-making isn't for every situation, but when used for governance, for role clarity, or direction setting, it changes the game. Because it doesn't just answer what should we do, it helps us see who are we becoming as we decide. And I'm Giovanna D'Alessio. This is the Orange Twist. Thank you for being the kind of leader who dares to decide, not just efficiently, but maturely. Let's keep twisting. If this episode stirs something in you, subscribe to the Orange Twist, your weekly shot of insight on leadership, culture, and change, served with a twist. So join me next time for another fresh pour of perspective.